Hello, my Leos. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I am here to do y'all's May 2019 General Love Reading. Now, I have the cards laid out here for you to keep the time on the video shorter, so I meditated, shuffled, did all the things that I needed to do to get to this point here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to cut this down a couple of notches, but it's helping get me in my zone. Fuck it, we just started over. So, if you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, stay tuned to the messages that I have for you and take what resonates, leave what doesn't resonate with you. And the cross watchers that will watch this video, I just want to let you know that, as you may already know, your perspective may be being told in what I have to read here, but we keep it with all love and all respect. Not that I see anything too bad here, but just in general, you know, I do welcome the cross watchers, but even when we get the rougher messages, we want to keep things clean. So far, it's been great on my channel, so I'm very appreciative of that. To go ahead and get into it, though, let's look at your crowning card. So crowning you, we have the Babalarisha. The Babalarisha. So what this speaks on is surrounding your energies of May. There are judgments that are coming down and being made where there's been a lot of indecision and a lot of games and a lot of emotional unavailability and people not really speaking about how they feel. Like, I see that those things are going to come to an end, and like this tower moment, like this is all reflective of this massive tower moment without even having that card or the fall of Granada or, you know, all the ways that I could see that in a particular card here. And it also talks about perseverance within those matters, okay? Like, when this level of judgment comes, it comes for the better, where one or both parties involved didn't anticipate that it would, but it does. And it has like a good ending to where not only does it have to do with personal betterment, you know, like you being able to move on from a situation that came to an end through good judgment, but there's a sense of togetherness here too that I'm seeing with two people's eyes opening up that makes it even that much better, you know? Because I see that there's a chance for you to be with this person that you, Leo, have been dealing with for some time. I feel like there's been a massive disconnect, and I feel like there have been other parties in the mix as far as you or that person trying to get one or the other off of their minds, and even attempting to give your love out in those avenues. Like, I really feel like you were trying to break free in that way, and they were too. And what happened is that something just kept like bringing y'all back together, or back both in the mind space of thinking about one another, or, you know, it's got to be one of those two, right? It's either the thought or the repetitive action of just not being able to shake this person energetically, or, you know, out of your physical realm either. But again, like I said, I do see a new beginning in all of this throughout May, and I feel like it's already kind of happening because we're in May already, and these energies feel so close and so fresh and so strong that I feel like certain layers you're already experiencing or breaking down here. Now I'm going to get to what I have basically as you here, Leo, and the person that you were dealing with here. So you are coming out in my Sibylla deck, basically. Your energy's coming out through there, whereas them/some joint energy is mostly coming out through Tarot of the Moors here. And then after that, we're just going to get into your goddess guidance here, which is very, very powerful. Now, when we start with you here to break it down a little bit, So when we have the consolation card, hope reverse, the sweetheart reverse, foe reverse, and room reverse. Some may think that it must be terrible, right? Not at all. So it seems as though, again, we talk about your crowning energy being judgment here. So it seems as though as the universe is making these firm decisions in your life and where it's carrying your journey, you were starting to see or experience life differently and how you view and interact with this person. Leo, I feel like whereas you may have been the one who wasn't being communicated with, because I definitely see this person may have closed you out and shut you out, and this is, what we've read in prior readings. Not so much recently, but like before the last one, I would say like before April. And like I feel like you've been working. I feel like you've been working to turn things around. And you've been kind of hoping and wishing like, okay, hey, when is this going to end? Like, is it going to be something or not? Because I feel this huge draw, this connection, attraction to this person, but this person is giving me absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Some of y'all are probably like, I ain't even stood around for nobody that long. You know what I'm saying? Even if, like I'm saying, like, no matter who is wrong or right, but let's say that you did some things, which probably happened. It happens. And you just like, well, damn, I feel like, okay, at this point, I've definitely done my due diligence to, like, provoke feelings about that shit, right? Like, can we move on now? That kind of situation is what I'm getting. And, so we see the constellation tying in with the hope reverse as far as, like, what you were hoping to receive from a situation that presented itself to not really have any chance in happening, And then we have the room reverse showing that, again, this was the communication that you were making. This was the action you were taking, because for a while you were a part of the standoff too, And then it became too much for you, and you're just like, fuck this. Yeah, you're like, okay, so, hey, what's up? So what are we gonna do? Because is this or is nothing? Like, I'm not gonna sit here, you play games, I play games, it's been fun, ha ha ha, but like, I'm really at the point where I'm over these fucking games, okay? So what's T? That's where you're at, Leo. What's T? Room reverse, taking action. What's T? Towards a person that seemed to have it was a failed relationship. When we see the sweetheart reverse, we see like that denouncing of love. You feel like this person just kind of, in a way, turned on you, in a way, kind of slighted you. And at this point, you really feel like instead of just saying fuck you, it's like either we can try again because I've done my dirt too, or we cannot. But I feel like, Leo, you're not really seeing the sense in punishing, like the mutual punishment anymore. I feel like you just kind of feel like it's dragged out. Due to non-communication, due to insecurities. I say on both ends because this person is coming up like as the sweetheart reverse, but also as the foe reverse. Like, when you look at both sides of this person, I feel like you might even feel as though their insecurities are the reason that they can't forgive you or haven't yet. They're coming to you, don't you worry. But it's kind of a level of also stubbornness that I'm getting from the foe card. Some of you may be dealing also with this foe card. When I get that stubbornness energy, it could very well be a Taurus, but I'm also mostly sensing like a Virgo energy. And just choosing not to go through that door, choosing not to take that beginning because the fears and insecurities have gotten the best of them. But like, if only they could see how you truly feel about things. So when we go over, and we'll get back to like how the judgment ties in again, because like I said, that's where you are right now, Leo. Then we get over here. We got from the Tower of the Moors, the Seven of Cups, the Charmer, the Two of Swords, the Ascetic reverse, and the Malika of Swords. And crowning here, just like we had room reverse tying all this in, with like everything that was going on, and you just take an action and be like, hey, what the fuck, what are we gonna do, okay? We have the Devil reverse, the Jinn in this deck, okay? So Seven Cups, Two of Swords. The Charmer in this deck is the Magician in traditional tarot. And the Malika of Swords translates to the Queen of Swords in traditional tarot. And as does the Jinn for the Devil, just to kind of, you know, give y'all the idea of it, because I don't know how much of the imagery you can see right here. I mean, I know it's kind of see it, but yeah. But, and I really love the Hangman in this deck, the Ascetic. I'm just gonna pull that there. Slip it back under. Okay, so basically, this person, again, this is someone who... There is an element of living in La La Land. I can definitely see that. Like, as far as one of the basic true definitions, like, I definitely see that. I see someone who's chosen to live in, like, this daze, okay? And just not even think about it and just not even deal with it, you know? And, they, you know, and along with that, they have these other cups. There are these other options, other places they've tried to put their love as parts... you know, revenge in part because they really just wanted to move on from the hurt, and they don't know how to trust beyond, like, certain things like that happening to them, you know what I mean? Like, whatever happened, those are things that they just can't trust again, like, they find it hard to move on from. But this is also a person, again, who's just choosing not to, you know, really make sense of any of this. You know, to make sense of any of this. This person got these cups in mind. But I think it's also something to note how they're not looking any particular way, like towards a cup. Even though it's in her head, look at how it's presented, you know, in that tangible realm. And she's not even like, they're just, these things are just bouncing around, probably trying to get this individual's attention. If they're not throwing it out there, and they just are like, I don't, no. Like zombie, like, no, I just don't want it, no. Turning themselves off to, like, anything that's been presented to them lately. It could be very well be that, because we also have the Two of Swords that comes out with that. So it's choosing not to see, choosing not to make a decision, choosing to be blind. You got the dark skies that blend with the light in this card. Choosing not to differentiate night from day. That's been their mechanism at this point. And, like, again, the standoff, right? The standoff. And you're just like, yeah, I'm kind of over that. I know how I feel. I know how you feel. So, okay, we got to be adult about this at some point, right? But then, you know, when we have the Charmer, the Ascetic reverse. Now, see, the Ascetic reverse, this is, in my Sibylla deck, y'all are literally mirroring each other and coming out with the same energy. And I feel like I've said that for y'all before, because we have the Room reverse here. And in my Gypsy Oracle Sibylla deck, this is my Hangman. And for those of you who have followed me, I've expressed that to you, you know, even translated the ones from the Sibylla as I associate them with traditional tarot. And this has always been my Hangman, right? Now, then we have the Foe, which talks about, you know, toxic ways of thinking, toxic ways of being insecure, so on and so forth. Then when we get over here, you know, even though this Foe card was, you know, kind of like their behavior, but still a dynamic within y'all's relationship, right? We've got the Ascetic reverse. And then we've got the Jinn reverse, just like the Foe's reverse. So it's like the Ascetic reverse is showing that they were definitely in that suspenseful energy once before, trying to become enlightened on what to do about with the next step and if they can trust you. And maybe it spiraled into something that they just kind of like lost looking for the meaning for it and just decided to like lay within that numbness. Like it just carried off into something deeper, because we got the Seven of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Ascetic reverse on the board. So showing like where they were, it was just really a place of the standoff, the standstill. Like they just really weren't trying to make a decision on it. It caused you to go into the same energy. And now this is doing just as much hurt as anything else has been. So you were ready to make a decision. And then so were they. Because they had, again, now that we have the Ascetic in reverse, we see that they're willing to take action too. They're willing to take the blinders off. Where this card, you know, where they were once operating in upright energy to get there, to take action, the same with the room card, you know, now they're ready. And now they're gonna hone in on a cup. I feel that it is your cup. Now they're gonna take these fucking peaky blinders off. And they're letting go of the toxicity that's held down their mentality and their emotional realm for so long, to where they couldn't move on. Like, they've forgiven a lot of things, trust me. They've forgotten a lot of things. It's just them having to, like, just heat up that heart chakra a little more to be able to receive love. Because, I mean, don't think that they hate you. Don't think that they resent you. I mean, at a point, could they really just not believe you? Of course, sometimes they couldn't fucking believe, like, some of the things that may have transpired. But regardless of how this person has been responding or will respond throughout May until this happens for you, realize that, like, their distance and everything that has been going on has, you know, like, they came back to this element of needing to find the answer to come into the ascetic reverse. You see what I'm saying? So as it spiraled out and it came back to the source, and they were able to come out and take action, it's allowed them to forgive more than they may even lead on. But I feel like if you've had this much patience, you can extend a little more, because this person will begin to show you. Because the same way you're wanting to jump out and make communication, they're coming up as the Queen of Swords. Now there's a particular way that most, you know, individuals may take the Queen of Swords, and I will say that some of that does apply. But what I really also see is this person actually having the charge and will, like, foremost to make communication with you, to be the one who asserts that. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna start to see things of how this person is, like, opening back up to you and wanting to communicate more. Are they gonna be no nonsense? Yes. Are they gonna back down from how, you know, like, their standards and how they have felt they should be treated, so y'all choose to try to, like, dabble in that again, opposed to, say, just being friends? They're not gonna back, like, that, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to deal with that Queen of Swords energy, though they are so, but this also talks about the eagerness and the openness to communicate with you, okay? Look at how we have that butterfly in the corner here. I've always noted that, but it never came, I feel like, relevant in a reading to bring that up until, like, now, when we talk about the transformative energies of y'all's communication. You know, the butterfly is behind her, guiding to where, and that's why I'm saying it's more than just a no-nonsense type of energy right now with the Malika of Swords. This person is avidly, like, where they weren't talking to you, they have change on their side that's allowing them to come in and bring this abrupt communication to you. Now, they still have that sword. They will not be hurt again. But I mean, if they're open and they're trusting and they're willing and they are the ones seeming to make an effort, I mean, there's really nothing to go wrong with. And there's no reason to even pull a clarifier for the Queen of Swords about, you know, just how much they're opening up, because when we get to the Goddess Guidance here, we have my sexy girl card. This is my sex card, y'all know, Aphrodite. Tell y'all this all, well, no, this one and Freya. Freya's the real, she's the real deal in this deck. But we also have other energies like this one, and then another one I'll get to in a moment. Aphrodite, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So this is just allowing your energy and your nature to be very fluid. This is, hold on. Do not disturb. Okay. But yeah. So, then to get into the others, we have Yin and Yang, bearing the breasties. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So, again, a card of opportunity. Erikura, blossoming. You're just getting started, so have patience within yourself and the process, and do not give up. Like I said, for one, before we really tie these cards in, if you have waited this long, you can wait a little bit longer, in a nutshell. Because now that things are finally starting to turn around and, like, the root of the work has been put in and people have grown, And now y'all have proven things to each other. Y'all have seen things. And like, are you really going to go through this with someone else? Yeah, you could. You very well could. But, you know, I see this opportunity being a blessed opportunity for y'all. So again, so this is also talking about like not only the blossoming process, but the level of, again, patience you have to have with yourself and the process. Why would you give up now? Why would you give up now when you have opportunities that are presenting themselves that are exactly what you want, that you birthed, that you created? Yimija is the mother, okay? And if we're talking about birthing these opportunities and the energy of literally birthing and coming into fruition, like she presides over that. That's the energy that you're within right now. And then we've got this card that's telling you to radiate and have fun and really open up and be yourself around this person and express yourself sensually, sexually, creatively, in all ways. And to tie, you know, judgment back into this is something that's been divinely meant for y'all, and it's finally happening. And you know, you've got them coming around, and you know, you finally get to not have to play these games anymore. And I feel like if you choose to be stubborn and attempt to leave a situation, you will be highly regretful. I don't see that happening, but just be mindful of that. Wait, maybe that's them I need to give this message to, because I see your all systems go, Leo. Yeah. Well, that's the advice for the cross watcher. For those of you that are watching that, take that little last tidbit. Love you, Leos.